The history of this Port of Beira goes a long way back, more than 100 years ago. The port was constructed mainly to serve basically the cargoes coming in and out of Zimbabwe. And basically the city of Beira was created around the port. And in 1998, Coronel de Mozambique took over the operations here in the Port of Beira, took over the majority of the existing workforce. We've seen the port grow tremendously. Here on this container terminal, for example, 1998, 2000, we did about 30,000 containers per year, or TEUs per year. And this year we'll probably end up doing around 240,000 TEUs. So the ports have seen an incredible development. Also a general cargo terminal. Volumes have gone up from about, let's say, 600,000 tons per year to last year 2.6 million tons. So growth has been incredible. Our hinterland, as we call it, which consists of Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, eastern part of Congo. They now recognize really Beira as a viable port, as a viable corridor, where, let's say, 20 years ago the majority of the cargo was still going, instead of going via Beira, was still going a lot via ports of Durban or Dar es Salaam, Mozambican ports after the ends of the let's say 1992, when peace was achieved. Since then, market has been regained, and after the privatization of ports, it has picked up tremendously the pace. And now, for the countries like Zimbabwe, Malawi, we're already the primary port of choice. So the majority of cargo from these countries going via the Port of Beira. A crane like this is already, one crane like that is already $10 million nearly. So it's big investments in ports. Unfortunately, you need to put in big investment figures. But we've been able to keep up with the demand. Port is never finished. So also now we're ahead of a big upcoming investments to further increase the capacity of the port, because you can never stand still.
Yes.
And you need to plan ahead to construct a major expansion of a terminal. From the start, from the moment you make the plan until the end, is at least 2-3 years, so you cannot wait.
In terms of the people in Beira, because you mentioned about how the port plays such a key role in the economy in
Yes.
this particular city, like approximately how many people are directly affected in terms of work, the workforce that comes from Beira, how many people?
Well, we have, as Coronel de Mozambique, around 700 employees ourselves, but in terms of subcontractors, I think about 2,000 people directly involved in the port operations as such, varying from all kinds of services. But if you look for Beira as a whole, the amount of employment, and I don't have the exact figures, is much higher, because for each container that you see here, a truck needs to come and pick it up, or a railway company. There is an agent involved in that does the clearance. There's an agent involved in organizing the transport. You have around the Port of Beira now lots of facilities, logistics facilities, dry ports or bonded warehouses where cargo is being handled. 10 years ago, nearly everything took place here inside the port. So a container would be opened, loaded the cargo inside on a truck and going straight out. With the volumes that we do nowadays, it's not possible. So we have now multiple facilities, not our facilities, but investments of other companies that do what we call the packing and stripping of containers and other cargoes in depots around. So the container goes out, is stripped there, and then put in storage up till the point that it's transported to the hinterland. So that allows basically the Port of Beira to become a distribution hub. Yeah, if we look, for example, specifically for the fertilizer industry, I think now the majority of the fertilizer going into the region is coming via the Port of Beira. So what do people do? They have big warehouses in and around Beira, where when they import, they don't know yet if they bring it to Zimbabwe, Malawi or Zambia. They bring it in, and from here they have their strategic stocks, and they move it to other locations. The same we see happening for export cargoes like tobacco, cotton. Consolidation is done here in and around Beira. So even though for us as a port operator, the amount of work that we do per container is less,
Yes.
We want to grow the volumes, and it's good for everybody if around the port a solid, let's say, economy grows. The size of some companies is huge. The biggest transport company that we have is located here in Beira, manages a fleet. For example, JJ Transport is a big one. They have over 1,000 trucks in operation on this corridor. So you can imagine that's just one company. The amount of companies that is involved is tremendous. So here on the quay we do the loading in and from and to the ship. Then we have equipment like what you see there, these trucks and tractors and trailers that bring them to the container yard. Here you see the ship. This is a ship that is already finished operation. It's waiting for the tide to go out. It's a bit windy today. Let's see what time she will go out, but she's already completed. We're waiting for the next vessel to come in. In the container yard, the containers are stored temporarily up till the point that an importer comes to pick it up. And also here in front you see the export containers that come through the port. We have here predominant cargoes are tobacco and other agricultural commodities. Lots of minerals, copper, chrome coming out of our hinterland is waiting here for the vessel to arrive and then to be loaded on the ship. So if we have multiple vessels here operating at the same time, we have 4 cranes operating at the same time, each of them doing maybe 20-30 containers per hour. So we can on some days have up to 2,000 containers going in on and off the vessels in a 24-hour period. So it's quite a big operation. We also have our general cargo terminal where we handle bulk cargoes and where we handle unitized cargo, what we call breakbulk cargo. So for big projects, mining, construction, factories, they come with big pieces. And the bulk products, for us the main products are fertilizer, wheat, maize, sugar for the exports. Granite for exports, ferrochrome and chrome ore are clinker for imports. So it's a very diverse range of cargo that is coming through this port. Well, we have here on the container terminal, it's 640 meters of quay length. On the general cargo terminal it's the same thing. But our terminal is around, I think, 70 hectares, something like that. So it's a big area. Wow. Don't feel worried about the structure. Is supposed to move a bit in wind. Well, all the way to the top is up there.
Wow.
So if you want, we can. So over there you see our general cargo terminal, where we're also going to do big developments for a fertilizer terminal. For what is now growing a lot is the bulk minerals. So we're going to also there create new warehouses, create paved areas. And very important here in Beira, in any port, is also the access. And you see there is our new container terminal access. We finished in October, giving us 5 inspection lanes, and we're going to put there equipment for automatic recording and registration of all the containers. For the coming year, we're building a new exit as well, and an area in the future where we will what we call an interchange zone, so that the trucks don't need to come into the container terminal itself anymore. And also on the general cargo terminal, a new access and exit complex, so that we can better manage the flow of trucks coming in and out of the port, because the bigger we grow, the more risk there is of too many trucks going to the same point, causing congestion. So to avoid that from happening, we're going to build 2 new complexes, one for the entry, one for the exit, so that we can better manage the flow of trucks. And we continue investing in cranes. Here on the container terminal we now have 4. 2 new ones, 2 somewhat older ones, somewhat smaller. In our long-term plans we will go into a total of 6 cranes and substitute also the older cranes, so that we continue growing. In total, the plans that we have will increase over a number of years the capacity of this terminal to about 700,000 TEUs per year, from a bit less than 300,000 that we can handle at the moment. And on the general cargo terminal as well, to grow to a capacity of about 4.5 million tons of cargo per year. But for us, the big fight is to become really the primary port of choice and defend in certain markets and become it in others. Markets like DRC is now slowly starting for us, and we hope that over the next few years that we will gain market share there as well. Same in Zambia. So yeah, we're optimistic.